Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we got some updates on the stories we've been covering over the last few days when it comes to M's former employee getting charged by the feds for stealing and leaking songs on the internet. And now we've got an official statement from an Eminem rep according to People magazine. Check it out. Eminem rep makes rare statement after ex-employee is charged with leaking unreleased music. Damage cannot be overstated. And according to Eminem's publicist, Eminem and his team are very appreciative of the efforts by the FBI Detroit Bureau for its thorough investigation, which led to the charges against Joe Strange. A longtime publicist for the Star tells People the significant damage caused by a trusted employee to Eminem's artistic legacy and creative integrity cannot be overstated, let alone the enormous financial losses incurred by the many creators and collaborators that deserve protection for their decades of work. We will continue to take any and all steps necessary to protect Eminem's art and will stop at nothing to do so. And apparently we got to hear from Joe Strange's attorney. Check it out. We will handle the matter in a courtroom and we have great faith in the judges of our district. Strange's attorney, who did not immediately respond to People's request for a comment, told the Associated Press. He added that the charges against Strange are untested allegations, not yet vetted by a grand jury or judge. And the fact that Eminem's rep said this has done significant damage to M's legacy and creative integrity has sparked reactions all over the place. On one end, some believe, I don't think it did any damage unless they were songs he planned to eventually release, which I really don't think was the case. There was some great music in there. Terrible for M that it happened, but the fans loved it. It is conflicting. It shouldn't have got leaked. To which a user responded with, I'd say the Antichrist leak and a lot of the Relapse era leaks were irreversible damage to his legacy, laughing my bum off. To which the initial user responded with, as terrible as they were, as in like, that's awful to say, it is not damaging when he has Fact and Insane in his discography. And on the other end, you wouldn't believe how some have reacted, as some believe Eminem is such a baby these days, laughing my bum off.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And on the note of the damage that this has done to his legacy, some have expanded. No lies detected. It is truly a shame, man. Should have reeled in many of the ancient ones years ago. Not sure why the database was whole and accessible at all. Partition that ish. Now this is clearly coming from someone who didn't read the document from the feds, as Joe Strange was one of 4 people who had access to the hard drives, and he quote illegally copied the files and held on to them even after he was dismissed from the studio. And more on the claims that this has done damage to his legacy, some are still asking, how is it damage other than it was planned to be used, which I highly doubt he was ever gonna release any of it ever. If not for the leaks, we would have never heard Smack You. And personally, in my opinion, the leak that probably did some damage when it comes to artists he has worked with in the past wasn't even part of this round of leaks. And I'm talking about Things Get Worse that leaked a while back that included the line about Rihanna. It probably affected his relationship with Riri, but I'm just speculating, we don't know for sure. And yes, that wasn't part of the 25 songs that leaked in January. Do you agree with the statement from his rep that this has done significant damage to his artistic legacy and creative integrity? And moving on to the next point today, we got Adam22 and DJ Vlad on the No Jumper podcast, and they got to the bit where they spoke about their top 10 favorite rappers, and things got quite interesting as Adam22 managed to trigger many hip-hop fans on social media due to some of the comments he made about Eminem. Check out a snippet from the podcast.
Nas, 50, Cameron. A big part of me wants to put Young Thug in there just because he's been so important to me as a rap fan. Put Chief Keef in there if we're going top 10.
Okay.
I'd be tempted to put Jada Kiss in there. I don't want to like miss. Oh, Gucci.
Gucci who? Gucci Mane? Was on the list. Eminem went on it.
If we're doing top 10, Gucci got to go in there. I don't want to miss any like eras in my life. For sure, I'm not putting Eminem in there. No offense. Love you, Em, but
I'd put Eminem in my top 10.
I stopped listening to him after like high school, like the Slim Shady show. White America.
Well, I was up on Eminem before Dr. Dre found him.
Yeah, I feel you.
So
I was in like 8th grade when his Aftermath debut dropped.
I purchased the Slim Shady EP, which he put out independently through Sandbox Automatic, which was a website where you could buy like underground vinyl and CDs or whatever else. And I just remember listening to it going like, this guy's brilliant. Like what he's doing, like there is a song about him killing his baby mother and getting rid of the body.
Right.
With his daughter in the car with him the whole time. And, just the craziness around it. And it's like nobody else was doing that. Like nobody in hip hop was talking about this type of shit. But think about it. Like, I'm sure there's lots of men in hip hop already that had all types of crazy drama with their kids' mothers.
Yeah.
But no one rapped about it like that, until Eminem did it. I just felt like, just skill level. He was just sort of better than everyone else.
It was like, I feel like that was also still very much a time where you needed a cosign. And obviously Dr. Dre is about the biggest cosign you can get at that time. He's unbelievably skilled as a lyricist, but then he's also got an incredibly strong narrative. He's doing great song, storytelling and like conceptually and everything. And then, he made a bunch of hit records too. But I guess that's part of my problem with him too, is like, hi, my name is, my least favorite hip hop song of all time. I hate that song. Every time I hear it, it pains me until the song is done. I hate it. And the fact that he used that as the debut single on his most recent project, I found deeply upsetting. That song is like nails on the chalkboard to me. And I don't know if anybody else agrees with me.
Well, I never really liked that song.
I hate it with all my heart.
I've never, but then again, once again, I was already listening. I heard some of that album because the Slim Shady LP took a bunch of songs that were already on the EP. Not all of them, but a few of them made it onto the final product. So I heard some of the songs before. So by the time that came out, I'm like, oh, okay, this is like kind of the warm-up single, but like I know that he has better shit. And I put him in my top 10. I think it'd be insincere if I didn't.
And he had more to say about Drake that sparked some interesting reactions. But before we get to that, the bit about Eminem has caused quite the crap storm online, as that sparked reactions like, thank God he's not top 10 for that freak. Eminem always doing things right. And these users kept piling on Adam22, quote, I'm sure not putting Eminem in there start a pack to being the cool and different guy who tried to be different. And boy, some took this personal, as a user expanded with, how is this okay? There is 2 white police officers sitting chatting about our culture, and to the point of Eminem, who is the only white man we accept, facepalm emoji. This is sad. The plane in our faces is not negotiable. Raised eyebrows emoji. And when I say the takes are all over the place, this is what I'm talking about, as another user expanded with, your own always hates you the most. Eminem is definitely top 10 and a legend. Go argue with your mama. And the fact that the Drake fan came in to join the discussion to add Eminem ain't had a hit since the early 2000s got some fans rolling in the replies, seeing as we just got Houdini, that was a global #1 song and the most certified hip-hop song in terms of number of countries in which it has earned a certification around the world. And on Adam22 slamming Eminem, another user expanded, it is just because he is white. White people want to never admit M is the best because they want to think black people will approve their lists without him. They don't know most black people got him in their top 5. And this is strange because this user is talking along the lines of what Benzino said when he was going off at the interviewer who brought up the fact that he fumbled the Source magazine.
You're a type of white guy that's like, yo, and I'm hip hop, and you gotta make sure that I'm hip hop, and you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like,
no.
I don't wanna hear that shit. When you look back at this right here, you're gonna look at yourself and be like, damn, you're one of these miserable white guys
who
wants to be accepted so bad.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
And the internet certainly never forgets, as a user pulled up a photo of Adam22 dressed as Eminem and added the caption, Adam22 as Eminem, he's an angry stan, trying to be edgy. But who knows, perhaps it was bait to get the clip to go viral. We don't know for sure. And personally, I believe that if you're not associated to Gucci Mane and you've got him in your top 10, then I wouldn't be mad if you don't have Eminem in your top 10. I don't think those two artists belong on the same list. One has gotta go. And he had more to say about Drake.
I guess Drake probably deserves a place in my top
Yeah.
10. Even though my problem with Drake has always been that I just don't.
You got a white guy on your list.
Well,
there you go.
Yeah, no, I don't. He's still a brother to me. He's half. It's good enough. I don't like half Drake's music because it's just too soft for me. Like I could go for like a little bit of R&B, sorta, but I need it to be like a little bit more up tempo. All that super slow shit just does not do it for me. So it's like my favorite Drake album is if you're reading this, it's too late or whatever. The one with the like handwritten shit.
Yeah, that's actually my favorite Drake album.
That's my favorite album because when I listen to it, it's just like 10 songs in a row of just like self-empowerment, confidence boosting. Like I could actually be in like a very dark place, and that would probably be the album I would think of to like yank me out of that.
Okay,
it's all just like pure energy, confidence music.
And before we end it, I found a post on Reddit that shows how unique Eminem fans are, which makes it difficult for the rapper when it comes to listening to what the fans want. Check it out from Reddit. Honestly, Music to be Murdered By is greater than The Death of Slim Shady. Now, we all have opinions, but this one is quite unique. Music to be Murdered By sounds more consistently listenable, catchier, less cringy, but it is still cringe at certain moments, like Marsh and those kind of nights. Now, someone having issues with Marsh means they got issues with me, and the user kept going, and fresher than The Death of Slim Shady. I don't return to any of the songs on The Death of Slim Shady. I might have Houdini, Toby, and Fuel, only JID's part.
Wool up, just wool up. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
In my head from time to time, but I actually never listened to them. Right now I'm listening to Ya Ya while writing this. Sure, The Death of Slim Shady may have a stronger concept in mind, but in terms of being musically interesting, no. It makes me feel like a 60-year-old trying to be cool with the kids when I listen to The Death of Slim Shady, and I'm only 18.
Gen Z, here they come now.
Okay.
Music to be Murdered By is greater. The highs on Music to be Murdered By are way higher than the highs on The Death of Slim Shady. I will. Greater than 90% of The Death of Slim Shady. You gon' learn. Greater than 90% of The Death of Slim Shady. And this was me. You lost me as soon as you said Marsh was cringy. But you are allowed your opinion. Also, The Death of Slim Shady is a stronger concept than Music to be Murdered By, because The Death of Slim Shady is a concept album, whereas Music to be Murdered By is not. And overall, I'll be looking forward to your thoughts in the comment section, including your ranking between The Death of Slim Shady and Music to be Murdered By, which is the better album. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. See you on the next one.